Emeka lived in a place called Ugep. Ugep is the capital of Yakko local government in Cross River State. Emeka had children. He had about 8 children. He married in Ugep, had all his children in Ugep, so nobody suspected that Emeka was a ghost. Emeka did so well. He sold crayfish, he sold stockfish, he sold a lot of things, and it looks normal. It looked normal. Nobody suspected anything. Emeka had customers around the community in the other villages, the nearby villages, and Emeka will usually take supplies. When people come, they say they want wholesale. He was selling to retailers, selling to consumers, and the like. So nobody suspected that Emeka was a ghost. So one day, the wife, before now, from the first year they got married, the wife expected that Emeka would come with his people for the introduction, and he brought some of his friends, some of his Igbo friends who lived in Ugep too. So nobody, noticed anything. In fact, it never crossed their mind that Emeka was a ghost. So the wife kept saying that since they got married, that 3 months later, the wife was like, he has never seen him call his people. So the woman kept disturbing him that she want to go to know his place. He would say, "I should not worry that the parents." Emeka even had to lie that he didn't have parents anymore, and his brothers are the people that came. So the lady, knowing too fully well that those guys were Igbos, she felt, how Igbos would naturally call themselves brothers. So she thought they were actually his blood brothers. So the woman was still not convinced, And for her to have had the first pregnancy, she asked her, okay, let Emeka at least bring one of their family members for Mugo. And the Emeka found an excuse to give. The second child came, Emeka found an excuse to give. The third child came, Emeka found an excuse to give. The fourth child came, Emeka found an excuse. At this point, the wife was now very worried and decided to ask people questions. And they were like, if the guy doesn't want his family members to come, it should not be a problem to you. Just hold on and know that he knows what he is doing. And the woman, being that she now saw it as though the husband, Emeka, was trying to protect her from his family. And then so one of our friends now told her, what if the Emeka had passed through a lot in his family and they didn't take care of him, and he came to Ugep to learn trade from his uncle. So they now settled him, because that was the idea, not knowing that was not what really happened. So she thought that Emeka actually came to Ugep to work for the brother so that they can settle him, as they usually would do as Igbo people, the apprenticeship method they use in settling their boys. So they were selling in a very popular market in Ugep, and people kept coming to buy things from them. People that I know even bought things from them. There was a day I shared the same story, and somebody was like, yes, that she even bought things from the same Emeka. So these things are true. It happened. It's a true life story. Yeah. So Emeka lived comfortably in Ugep, did all his things. He built houses in Ugep. He was so wealthy. Like, when I mean wealthy, and he had real children that you could see. So Emeka had the 5th child, and the wife's people kept coming. And the one day, the mother of the wife now asked the daughter, is it that this your husband does not have family members? How come none of the family members had ever visited or sent you something, or even called you on the phone? And then the phones were not even common. You see, maybe in a whole family only one person owns a phone, so it wasn't even an era of plenty phones, not like it is now. So Emeka kept dodging all of that, but Emeka was attending the meetings of his Igbo people. He goes for meetings, they sit out to drink, things were happening, but nobody ever knew that Emeka was a ghost. Neither did the wife he lived with. She didn't even know that the husband was a ghost. So when she now took him again for the 6th child, this same discussion came up. And at this point, the wife now had the children had started going to school. The first, the second, the third, the fourth had started going to school. She had the 5th child, the same thing. She had the 6th child. And she now became so worried. At this time, she now started talking to her friends who, were the Igbo speaking friends she had. started speaking with them, and they now said that she should have a meeting with Emeka and really ask him what the problem is. Why is he not, taking the wife to the village? That she should not make it like a problem, that she should not fight over it, but she should just ask him serious questions, like what really happened, that you don't like your family coming, that you cannot say your whole family members are not, existing. I need to really go to visit your people because this is becoming too much. Emeka did not agree. So Emeka had the seventh child. The wife was really giving birth to children, and they were very beautiful children. Either the boys, the girls were, oh God, if you saw the girls, their skin, oh, fair, beautiful children. So the wife now insisted. At this point, now she couldn't hold it any longer. She made a fuse out of it, and the guy was still saying no, that their people cannot come. So each time the wife complained that, oh, their people are supposed to at least send food to her, like she just gave birth, or even possibly come to see them. Let them at least see their people. Let her children know their own people. And she noticed that every other Igbo man in Ugep would travel, and Emeka would not travel to their village. He could just go to somewhere else where they don't know him, and then come back. He had never traveled to their village. So the wife became very furious. And then when she had her last baby, she said this time they must go to Emeka's village. She now asked Emeka what village he came from. Emeka said, ask the town, the village, the state. Emeka told her. So she now told Emeka that they have to travel in the car. So Emeka now said no problem. Emeka said that, but they will not use any of his cars to travel, that she needs to go. They need to hire a transporter, like all these people that run transport services. So they hired a car from Ugep, and the vehicle now was taking them to the state where they come from. When they got to the state, everything was fine. Everybody came down, they ate. As you travel by road, you eat. He did not allow them fly. So they all ate together while the wife was still nursing that other baby. So they ate together, and then they left. They got to the local government of Emeka. Everything was fine. Emeka was still in the car. Nothing happened. He did not, no, he didn't give them any room to, suspect. And the wife noticed that Emeka does not like to take pictures. He didn't like to take pictures. So the wife got worried. She had one old picture of Emeka. So she kept that picture as if she knew something was about to happen on the road. So when she got to that particular spot, as they were going, when the guy saw that, Emeka saw that they were very close to the community, to their village, that was how Emeka now said he wanted to ease himself. The car stopped. Emeka came down to ease himself, and Emeka never returned into that car. So the wife now stayed there, and before Emeka left, Emeka had given her their address, the address of their community, had given the address of their community, had given them the name of his, family name and all. That was how the driver took Emeka's wife to that place, to their house, and then they started looking for the house, and eventually saw the house. When they saw the house, she now showed them the picture of this Emeka. Showed them the picture. These stories, I've heard a lot of them, and that is why I'm sharing a few of them. So she gave the picture to the people. She came and said she was looking for. And the funny thing is that he did not use the name he died with, or the name the parents gave him before he died. He now gave himself Emeka, and that was what they were calling him. So he now gave the wife the real family name, and when she got there, she showed them the picture, and they now said they knew him, that he had died so year. So the woman couldn't believe it. She told them no, that this person is the owner of all these children she's carrying. All of them started crying and shouting. Then they took her to the grave where Emeka was buried, and she could not believe believe her eyes that this was really true. And that was how she cried, and thank God the driver was with her. So now the family members now asked her if she would stay behind. She said no, she has to go because the real person that was bringing them is no longer here, and the whole story is not adding up, that she cannot understand how they'll say a man that she gave birth to 8 children for is not real, it's fake. And that's how she came back, and then the news broke around Ugep, and everybody began to wonder how they bought things from a ghost and did not know, how they ate from a ghost and did not know. And it sounded like it's things we hear on the Nollywood. screens, but it happened. It really, really happened. So that is it. Things happen in our country, and we